The Merkits. What happened to the Mongol tribe that abducted Genghis Khan's wife? In 1155, or possibly 1162, the Mongol noble Yesugei was hunting in the steppe with his retainers. By chance, he encountered the distinguished Merkit noble Ekechilidu, who was riding home with his betrothed, the beautiful Harlun, to celebrate their wedding. Yesugei secured the support of his brothers, attacked the caravan, and abducted the young woman. Soon afterwards, she bore him Temujin and several other sons. But nomads remember insults for a long time. Many years later, the Merkits attacked Temujin's camp. He was unprepared for battle and fled. In 1181 or thereabouts, his own wife, Burta, was taken captive and returned home already pregnant. The firstborn was named Yoki, the stranger. So how did Genghis Khan avenge the desecration of his beloved by the hostile tribe? Who were the Merkits, and what became of them? In the 12th century, the Merkits were one of the 5 or 6 largest tribal confederations on the Mongolian plateau. At that time, they lived in the Selinga region, south of present-day Buryatia and north of Mongolia. Their closest relatives were the Naimans, Karits, and Khitans. The Hamag Mongols, the people of Genghis Khan, were related to them to a lesser extent. Because they lived along the boundary between taiga and steppe, they are often described as being of Turkic, Samoyedic, or Tungusic Manchu origin. There is no conclusive proof of this hypothesis. However, it is reliably known that they practiced elements of agriculture and kept reindeer. At the very least, there are accounts stating that they forced their captives to grind flour. The Merkits were famed as excellent archers. Even their name is translated as the accurate or the precise. In addition, words with the same root appear in expressions implying magic, divination, and supernatural powers. For this reason, the term Merkits is often interpreted as meaning the wise. Despite living on the periphery of the Mongol world, this tribal confederation actively participated in major politics. As early as the late 11th century, some Merkits and Karits converted to Nestorian Christianity. The Archbishop of Merv even petitioned the Patriarch in Baghdad to exempt them from certain fasts that were difficult to observe given their nomadic way of life. In the 11th century, the Merkits, together with their allies, invaded the territory of the Khitan Liao state. Later, many of them moved to Central Asia, and together with related Khitans, founded the Kara-Khitan Khanate. Those who remained behind thereafter regarded the Hamag Mongols, gradually uniting under the rule of the Borjigin clan, as their main adversaries. Ambagai, one of Yesugei's predecessors in leading the Mongol tribes, was on friendly terms with the Merkit leader Tudur Bilge. Once, the Khan sent envoys asking him to support his ally in battle. But Tudur Bilge chose to remain neutral, and after that, hostility began. Thus, Yesugei inherited the conflict with this tribe, which explains the infamous abduction of the bride. To rescue his beloved Burta, Temujin had to ask for help from his sworn brother, Jamuka, and his adoptive father, Turul Khan. Together, the allies easily defeated and dispersed the Merkits. The survivors joined the Oirats and the Koritumats, while the elite found patronage among the Kipchak tribe of the Kangli. As a result, by the time the Mongol Empire was proclaimed, the Merkits no longer held political significance, though they still survived as a people. Genghis Khan entrusted the war against them to his firstborn son Yoki, presumably to rid him of the reputation of being a Merkit gift. Yoki conducted a series of campaigns against them over several years. It was because of Merkit refugees that the Mongols first crossed swords with the Kipchaks, after which a full-scale war began. In 1217, Yoki and Subedi finally crushed the Merkits in the region of the Chu Valley. There fell the sons of their leader, nephews of that same Ekechilidu. Yet it cannot be said that this once mighty tribe vanished entirely from history. One of Genghis Khan's wives, Kulan, was a Merkit, and the wives of the great Khans Ogadai and Guyuk were of the same origin. Among modern Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, and Kalmyks, there are clans that still bear the name Merkit.